Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to Dappist ASMR. Today I'm doing this monthly's installment of the Positivity Kit. I also have a sucker because I just bought like a huge bag of these things and I really am loving them. So I'll be sucking on this while we do this one today. I got my markers. These markers, by the way, actually came to me probably about a year ago, and they were, my aunt is a scrapbooker and she originally used these, and then when they started to like, when she really got like super serious, she bought like upgrade versions, then gave these to her son to use whenever he wanted to like join her in arts and crafts and like the kids. And then about 2 or 3 years, probably about a year and a half, it's probably right before COVID, she gave me this huge bag of markers, and I was like, okay, so that's how I got these markers. And that's why some of the colors aren't always the best, because they're like 23 years old, but like for being like 23, they're really like, for what still works, I'm impressed. Anyway, enough of my yapping. Did I get my angles right? There, you can read it now. So, important sounds in my life, and I'll just fill these out. Since there isn't a lot of color, I guess, I'm going to color these and then all the circles red. I don't know, I can't figure anything out today. Like, the table is smaller than it used to be, but I feel like I'm recently just been, that's gonna be an interesting ride. Anyway, I've been having a hard time getting everything to fit on this table, which I feel like for the first month or so that was fine. Like, I've had this table probably 3 months, 6 months now, because it was right after New Year we redid everything. So, I don't know. We switched it to the green screen, and I went from a really tiny width-wise to really tiny lengthwise. And then for the letters, important sounds in my life, I'm just going to do alternating colors of this. Okay, so for the actual noises, the sound I really love falling asleep to, and I would have to say that would be rain. Like, I really like rainy nights to fall asleep to. Now, my favorite sound to wake up to is nothing. Like, I don't like hearing my alarm when I wake up. I don't like hearing rain when I wake up, because that means I have to go out in the rain. I don't like hearing birds, because I'm like, oh, birds, because sometimes they wake me up at like 4 a.m. Now I get up during the school year at 5 a.m. So it's like losing an hour of sleep. So favorite sound to wake up to, nothing. Like, pure quiet, just to myself, is like the best sound. The sound I miss from my childhood. A sound I miss from my childhood. I don't know. Like, most sounds from my childhood, I think I could hear again if I just looked it up. Sound I miss from my childhood. I guess maybe a movie that was from my childhood. And I would have to say that, no, because I wouldn't miss that as a sound. Most sounds I associate with my childhood aren't great, like piano. Like, I like other people playing piano, but as a kid I used to play piano, and I hate playing piano. So now I respect it more as an adult, other people playing it, than me as a kid playing it. Sounds I miss. This is a tough one. A sound I really, really miss. I guess randomly the Wii. Like the opening music to like my Sims. Like that's the one that's going in my Sims Agent opening music. Opening music to my Sims Agents. And it's just like this really canned like secret agent music, but also the beat is like permanently ingrained in my mind. The sound that always makes me laugh. Little kids mispronouncing my name. So my name is Monica, but kids will say like Monida or mama. We have one that goes Miss Mama. Like, he's convinced my name is Mom. And that does confuse a lot of the little itty bitties. So I think it's the funniest thing though. Like Miss Monida is common too. Like they'll put a D instead of a C. So I think that's just something really fun to me. The sound that makes me feel safe. Safe. Rain. I know that may be weird, but rain in-house. Like a gentle rain. Like when I'm just sitting in the home and I'm just hearing that gentle rain, like that makes me feel good. The sound that makes me feel excited. Excited. Ice cream truck. What home sounds like to me. Home. The sound of home is like whatever my mom is watching, I guess. But that's not very pleasant to me sometimes. What's home sounds like? Again, not very pleasant, but I guess a 3D printer going off would definitely describe my home. I changed my mind here for sounds I miss from my childhood. I would have to say a ferret scratching at my door. Because I currently have no ferrets. I lost both of them in 2020. So I guess I just miss having a ferret, but ferrets are so expensive and they have so many health problems, at least our last 4, that we've decided not to get another one. And it's just, yeah, I guess that's a sound I missed from my childhood, is that coming home and they're already all at your door. What home sounds like to me? I would say the sounds of a 3D printer, a sewing machine, and ferrets would, I guess, describe the sounds when I think of ferrets. The sound that reminds me of being on holiday. Trans-Siberian Orchestra Carol of the Bells. It was my father's favorite song. And every Christmas, like, he would change the channel if it was almost any other Christmas music except for Trans-Siberian Orchestra and the other one that did Carol of the Bells. The song that reminds me of someone I love. Okay, fine then. Trans-Siberian. I don't know if I'm spelling that right, but Siberian Orchestra. Carol of the Bells. And it reminds me of my dad at Christmas time. Because, yeah, like, believe me, that was his number one Christmas song. He would listen to that thing to death. 5 of the best smells. The unmistakable, totally delightful scent of the sweet smell of blank in the morning. Well, obviously this is bacon. Just bacon. The special whiff of roast cooking in the crock pot. The comforting smell that reminds me of my blank. The comforting smell of blank that reminds me of blank. And the totally delightful scent of cookies baking. Obviously, I really do love vanilla. Even though my mother hates any sort of perfume in the house. And she'd freak out, but she's an asthmatic, so that's why. The comforting smell of blank that reminds me of my blank, and finally just blank. Smells that I really, 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 really like. The comforting smell of beef soup. Like either it's beef and barley or beef and vegetables, just beef soup. It reminds me of my grandmother that passed. My grandmother on my mom's side. And then blank, another nice smell. Chocolate. Hot, warm, delicious chocolate. Okay. So, for the coloring, I want to do some reds and browns. And we're going to do chocolate. Chocolate. I don't know which one gets the thing, so we're going to do that. Okay. Now I'm going to color them all in this color. And then do the rest of the circle in red. And the tassels in red. And the outside of bottle in brown. And then I'll do some accenting on the lid with some of this light brown. Actually, I think I'll do most of the bottle in that dark brown, but make it look like the dark brown is the actual perfume, and the lighter brown is like the tinting of the bottle. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't. I'm very, very tired. Chocolate. Like the smell of warm chocolate that you can dip stuff into. Now, my favorite thing to dip into chocolate is definitely strawberries, but I've been really enjoying dipping graham crackers. I want the light brown on this thing, the dark brown here, and then I guess the dark brown here on the stripe, and on this stripe. But anyway, things I like to dip in chocolate. I'm not a big marshmallow and chocolate person like my mom is. My mom will take marshmallow and just dip it, and she says it's like the best thing. I really only like that if you're gonna throw it in hot chocolate afterwards. But I like graham crackers and strawberries, and I'm not a big orange person, I'll be honest. Like, I like oranges, but I don't like them in chocolate. That was brown too. Well, okay then. I kind of want to go with this now. Get some more of that color in there. So, I have 2 pages, and I hadn't quite decided. I knew I was going to do one of them. It's what I'm obsessed with right now and Make-A-Wish. And Make-A-Wish, I don't really know what I would wish for. I guess I would wish for, like, a camera and microphone, like a Yeti and a, I know, that's probably a lot, but kind of what I want. I want like a, because I use my iPhone for camera, and I mean it works. It does work. Like, but it'd be nice to have like a dedicated mic and camera. This is my attempt at drawing a Yeti from memory. Take 1, and then a camera. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Make-A-Wish, and it's like an actual camera. I'll get there eventually. I am saving up, but it's just slow because of all the bills. Me trying to keep everything afloat, but I'll get there eventually. I could probably afford the microphone right now. Like, I could afford the microphone right now, but there's no point getting a microphone that I can't use. So I'm saving up till I can get them both, and then one day the production will be outstanding, but for now, I'll work on it. And finally, what I'm obsessed with right now. Well, that. There's 2 kinds of candy right now that I went and bought Actually, I bought quite a bunch of candy, but the two that I'm like devouring right now are the Hershey's Chocolate Kisses with almonds in them, and then these little suckers. I would say that is what I'm currently obsessed with. Though I bought this huge bag of suckers for like less than $4. And usually like probably like 50 or 60 suckers for $2. And usually they're like 2 for $1. So I was like, yeah. Just calling in the extra. Make it look all pretty. All right. No. So yep, what I'm obsessed with right now is suckers and chocolate kisses. If I could just, make a grand wish out in the universe for something magical, I would go with a Cameron Yeti, and then should have left the bookmarks in. Like, I know what I'm about to do. 5 of the best smells, which is cookies baking, or the unspeakable, totally delightful scent of cookies baking, the sweet smell of bacon in the morning, a special whiff of roast cooking in the crock pot, the comforting smell of beef soup that reminds me of my grandmother, and chocolate. And then finally, I love the sound of falling asleep to rain. My favorite sound to wake up to is nothing. The sound I miss from my childhood is ferrets scratching at my door and the opening music to my Sims Agents. The sound that always makes me laugh is little kids mispronouncing my name. The sound that makes me feel safe is gentle rain in the house. The sound that makes me feel excited is ice cream truck. What home sounds like to me is a 3D printer sewing machine and ferrets. The sound that reminds me of being on holiday is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra Carol of the Bells, and the sound that reminds me of someone I love is also Trans-Siberian Orchestra the Carol of the Bells, which reminds me of my father. Okay? That's it for this month. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again real soon, and I hope that you know how awesome you are. Bye!